Hello everyone. Someone had a question for me in regards to the 60 and 1. They apparently had picked up a board. They said they have no sound and they're using the VGA port, I'm blocking the light, anyhow, to run, just to have a look at it. I guess they're powering it through the computer port here, power port. Anyhow, yeah, that's what the lights were for. Well, I'll shut it off. You know what? They don't really talk about the lights. I pretty much figured out. The green one means power's on. The yellow one is flashing, which right now on the screen it is a system initializing basically all 60 games. It's going to take a minute or a few seconds there to do, because I got all 60 games ready to go. You can shut the games off in the menu if you don't want them to be used. So we're up to what, 30 games now. Once it is finished, what should happen is that light will go green, and that will tell you that the system is up and running. I'll get to the sound issue in a second. He also asked, how did I drill the holes in the steel control panel for Miss Pac-Man? Well, it's same as you would do through wood, only you need a bimetal, professional bimetal hole saw. Basically, I had to buy a whole new adapter to use this particular bit, and it's 1 1/8 bimetal. It says right on it, 1 1/8 bimetal, 29mm. So that's how I did that, and it wasn't fun, and it was a lot easier to drill the holes in the control panel while it was mounted to the machine. I just made sure that all the little filings and stuff that you end up with, I put a towel on the back side of the control panel to catch all that stuff. And obviously, you know, the buttons, you know, the hole is big enough for the button to go through. Just remember, when you're drilling the two holes, thinking, oh, I'll drill them really close to each other. Just remember, actually, this makes a good template. These retainers, or whatever you want to call them, lay them down and draw wherever the center is of where you want the button, and draw the circumference, or lay them beside each other, or whatever, and zero in on your center points. That way, you know, when the buttons go in on the top side, this overlap here doesn't, you know, kind of interface. And same on the bottom side. You don't want two of these things too close, because they just won't work out. So there you go. Of course, you don't want the buttons that close anyhow, you know what I mean? You want them a little bit of gap. That's obvious, but sometimes the obvious is not obvious. As for your sound problem, I do know that this jack here is a stereo jack. It's not mono. Of course, mono hasn't been used for ages, but you never know. It's a stereo jack, so even though it's, you know, stereo, you just tie your left and right channel together, or just use one side, don't matter. The white wire here, I don't know if you can see that, that's the speaker wire off the jamma harness, which I had decided in the Pacman machine I didn't do it, but in this machine I did hook it directly to the speaker. I was a little leery about hooking this board to any kind of speaker because of impedance problems or just resistance or whatever. I didn't want to blow up the amplifier on the board. So in the other machine I used the stereo jack, the DIN pin mini 3.5mm jack, and I just used a pair of computer speakers to amplify, or use the amplifier from a computer speaker to amplify the speaker in the Miss Pac-Man machine. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm looking at the book here. I got the book, and I couldn't see anything in there about shutting the sound off or on. I do know in the menu, when you work your way through the menu, at the very end, I don't know if they show it here. No, they just describe it. At the very end, you can adjust the volume in the on the machine itself, the volume output. Oh, there's one other thing. There's that little orange pot there. That actually controls the volume output for the direct from the jamma side, but it also may control the volume output here as well. So you could give that a shot. You know, plug in your computer speakers, crank them up, and then start moving that around and see what happens. That's it. You don't have one of these books? I'm surprised you don't have one of these books if you have one of these boards, unless you bought it used, I guess. You can pretty much jamma lizard, or I don't know, lizard something. The other fella there who's got a YouTube video was mentioning that. You can get these, download the PDF files of these manuals from the internet. They're available. They don't really tell you a whole hell of a lot. They just tell you basically how to set things up. It's all fun at first, but it doesn't take very long to figure out. And that's it. I don't know what else to tell you, my friend. Good luck.